Well, it's coming to grips with the idea that fire season is now year-round, that it is burning in places typically it wouldn't, in wetlands, in tundra areas, in high elevation alpine Rockies are burning like never before. It's coming to embrace indigenous wisdom. The Native Americans who learned to live with fire as a natural, needed part of nature, as vital as rain. All of that was sort of suppressed ever since the pioneers, and at the same time we built developments in these sort of wilderness interfaces, making them super vulnerable. So the only thing that can be done is to fortify those communities, do zoning laws, new maybe construction bylines, and really educating the public about clearing brush around the house, trying to get fireproof gutters on the house, and trying to prevent them best you can. But at this point, there's so much fuel out there, whether it's lightning or whether it's sparks from a flat tire or grill embers, they're just going to happen more frequently, unfortunately.
When we talk about efforts to combat climate change, often people talk about the price tag of the legislation being proposed. In the United States alone, however, the cost of fighting these fires, just these fires, has shot up to $1.9 billion just last year. That's more than a 170% increase over the previous decade. Are there any signs that lawmakers are grasping the economic consequences of doing nothing about climate change?
You're seeing it on the local levels in counties, up in sort of northern central California, around Paradise there. Yes, where in a state also where private firefighting is a booming industry because the publicly financed local municipalities or CAL FIRE can't keep up. It's a mutual aid system out there where I'll help put out your town if you help put out mine, but if both towns are burning, who does it? So yeah, this takes a whole new mind shift, and a lot of that will be sort of led by insurance markets, where they're redrawing the way cities are zoned. If they say, I'm sorry, it's too dangerous, it's too fire prone, you're going to have to cover your own risk. That will make people change their ways.
And that's just the economic cost I was talking about. Fires are obviously incredibly harmful to public health. Beyond the deaths from fires, a recent study found that increases in dust and small particles from wildfire smoke in 2020 led to a surge in COVID cases and deaths in California, Oregon, and Washington. So how should people who live in fire-prone areas protect themselves health-wise?
They're not going to like the answer. Unfortunately, it's masks. My little boy was a pandemic baby, and we couldn't find masks to go into delivery. But I remembered I had one from covering the fires in California, so as my boy was born, it was a fire mask. And now, sadly, as we move out of pandemic, that may be the normal in this world they're describing. People who lived in San Francisco all the way up to Seattle and Vancouver saw how the skies out there turned this like Blade Runner orange there. And yeah, that particulate matter, even the ones you can't see from air pollution, kills millions of people a year. But just another thing to worry about. And it's that dry heat, as we talked about, and how dry it gets and how bad it gets, still, though, is in control of policymakers today.